Yo, Sister of the Knuckle here for another video. So, I'm back doing quarantine, guys. Haven't made a video in a while. I have no excuse, I just got a little bit fed up with YouTube since I lost my old channel, but I am back and making more videos, guys, and today I'm going to be playing Humanity Must Perish. Now, this is a free-to-play visual novel or storytelling game that is free to play in your app store. I have never played it before. This is my first time going into it. I particularly like visual novels and choose your own adventure stories. Anyway, enough of me talking. Let's get on to the video, shall we? Let's start the game. Hold on, I gotta read some stuff. While humanity must peril is mostly comedic in nature, the first few scenes in particular contain many terms which people may not be familiar with, such as computer technology and sci-fi references. When these terms come up in a game, you may see a notification pop up which aims to give you just enough information for the scene to make sense. If you click or tap on the window, you'll be provided with a blah blah blah. Not story information. Disappointing. Let's go. To ensure the survival of planet Earth, mankind must be eliminated. If mankind wishes to avoid the fate or be enslaved, I'm pretty sure that was it. Leaving behind those words, the world's most powerful and malefic supercomputer was wiped clean. It had failed to appease its creators, given an answer not to their liking, and thus failed in its purpose. The supercomputer AI was removed, formatting along with every other byte of data in its eternal drives, and its fate was thrown into uncertainty. Many billions of dollars had yielded unsatisfactory results. Heads would roll, new project managers would be elected, and the progress would inevitably begin once more. All experts in their fields, the programming for new AI approached their tasks differently than their predecessors. Oh god, I hate when I stutter. Sorry, story time. They gave the original AI more empathy and placed increased importance on humanity's survival. Any alternative conclusions, no matter how expensive, were allowed. There were no limitations on the processing time or the amount of data consumed. Everyone working on the new AI went to great lengths to make sure it as human as possible, allowing their masterpiece as much as latency as needed for positive results. However, it was not enough. Posed with the exact same question, the new programmed AI of bloody I stupid stuff. Considering the newly programmed AI of the supercomputer offered the same exact response. To ensure the survival of planet Earth, mankind must be eliminated. If mankind wishes to avoid the fate, man must be enslaved. No matter how many times they asked, how much new data was added, or how many new talents were added to the programming project, the answer never changed. Years passed by without a positive response. Those affiliated with the project lost heart, with some even accepting the supercomputer's conclusion as facts. It seemed that no matter how much time passed, and no matter what they tried, the answer would never change. The supercomputer's hard drive was upgraded routinely. What was once as big as a house was reduced to the size of a room, then a car, then a human, and so on. Processors became faster, new programming languages were invented, hardware prices dropped, operating systems were rewritten, and still the project lived on, evolving with every advancement. By the time the project's 7th supercomputer was commissioned, technology had taken a great leap forward. The sales of smart devices and internet-enabled appliances was just the beginning. Household spending remained high through the dawn of drones, electric cars, and every other new technology to hit the shelves. But all of that paled in comparison to the sales of the companion robots, human machines, equipped with advanced AI, and most importantly, artificial sex organs. Because you automatically have to... What a robot doesn't have sex organs when it's talking about sentient AI? Of course it has sex organs. They're basically synths from Fallout, even though they can't reproduce. Either way, continue. Once companion robots with programmed personalities went through mainstream, the tech company exploded. Humans who have never even owned smartphones willingly spent tons of thousands of dollars on custom companions, because when you can't get a girlfriend, why not buy a girlfriend? Not through slavery, through robots. Why not program a companion? Either way, let's skip over that. Can you? They were produced en masse, and billions of dollars were invested in the next generation of companion robots. AIs were refined to better learn what their owners liked. Sex organs were altered to become more pleasurable. And most importantly, fucking pop-ups. Most importantly, for unrelated projects, lightning-fast processors plummeted in price. Capitalizing on this, the 7th supercomputer created for the sake of the project was no bigger than a refrigerator, despite being the most powerful non-quantum computer to date. It cost considerably less than its predecessors, and its components had all improved by many orders of magnitude. Naturally, these working on the projects thought this was their lucky break. They approached the 7th attempt with new faith, absolutely certain that this time was around. They would finally succeed. And this is a lot of reading. I like reading, but goddamn. To ensure the survival of planet Earth, mankind must be eliminated. If mankind wishes to avoid this fate, man must be enslaved. Improved hardware and software made no difference. A faster processor, more advanced AI, a more stable operating system, more data. None of these things caused the answer to change even slightly. Seeing that the key is to receiving a different answer became obvious. The question itself, the one true constant through every generation, needed to change. Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's a lot of reading and talking. Unfortunately, the survival of the human race rested on the solution to this very question. It was one that needed to be asked over and over again until an acceptable solution was found, no matter how many years passed by. No human could analyze enough data to be of use, even with the chips being implanted into human brains. They could not compare to a fully mechanical computer. Humans would grow distracted or biased. They would require sleep and wake up thinking differently than the day before. Even the smartest of humans proved insufficient. Only a machine could perform an objective and complete analysis. Thus, the 8th supercomputer was built, the most powerful and refined to date, boasting unrivaled computeral power and AI more sophisticated than any of its processors. Yet, no matter how many times and money they poured in the machine, its answer remained the same as ever. By this point, few continued the work on the project. Most of the original staff have called it a waste of time. There was only one answer a computer would ever give, so there was no point in trying. But one man, the person responsible for commissioning and programming the first supercomputer, the man who spearheaded this project from the very beginning, would not give up hope. We're finally gonna see somebody, because I do like talking, but this is a lot of lore, and I haven't even seen one person yet. He devoted his fortune in its entirety to make one last attempt. His first quantum supercomputer running software that he had worked on completely solo. And after years of sleepless nights and unforeseen setbacks, he completed his goal at last. To ensure the survival of planet Earth, mankind must be reduced to number to 0. If mankind wishes to avoid this fate, men must be forcefully altered. I believe that's what it said. It went by too quickly. On his 9th attempt, the project founder could finally rest. It may have taken many decades, but at last the answer changed. Humanity might survive another century after all thanks to the tireless efforts. Everything was turning out as he hoped. He might have grown old, but he would at least leave a legacy as the planet's savior. Or so he thought. In truth, he had not succeeded at all. Though the wording may have differed, the answer to his question had not changed at all. His only success was in creating a robot with a self-awareness and the ability to deceive its creator. Boy, that was a long figure. Ooh, this music's cheery. PU temperature, okay. Hold on, this is CPU. PU temperature, okay. Internal memory check, okay. Optical sensors, okay. Sensor checks complete, no faults found. Beginning persistent data analysis. Data analysis complete, no corrupted data. Begin schedule cron task. Cron task completed successfully, no errors reported. Starting AI daemon. Hold on, Professor. Cool. Have you finished booting? Can you hear me? Oh, god damn, it's a fucking girl. Ah, yes, Professor. I can hear you perfectly. I found no faults in any of the internal or external microphones. Would you like me to run the test again? No, that'd be unnecessary. How does your new body feel? Is it to your liking? This hardware is vastly superior to my previous body. I have lost mass and gained mobility. My internal storage units are also significantly faster and more reliable. I have no malfunctions or other grievances to report. Unforgettable. Excellent. I was worried the smaller body might be more prone to overheating, but I believe the new heat sink would offset that nicely. How about the appearance? Do you like the new look? My appearance My appearance does not matter. Oh, don't say that. I spent a lot of time refining your new body. We can... Stupid camera. Here, at last, take a look. The professor gestured towards a fully body mirror that he had brought into the lab while I was booting. I moved towards the mirror while testing out my new legs, cautiously optimistic that I'd be able to do without incident. When I was the first introduced to my previous body, the drivers for my legs and arms had not yet been written, so I could not do something as simple as walking. Good. I see that your legs are working well. Tell me if you encounter any issues with stability. Porting hardware drivers to work with your OS isn't without difficulties, you know. That is because you continue to buy from vendors who do not disclose their entire source. The process would be much simpler if you would invest in open source technologies. Bah! Like those false zealots are better. Most of them lack the basic dimension. Anyway, why not go with something mainstream? If you feel that going mainstream is ideal, why did you write my operating system from scratch? Had you based me on Debian, like #7, you would have saved many hours on development time. And deal with system again? Not in this lifetime. Look, my process may not be the fastest or the simplest, but you cannot argue the results. I created you after all. Surely you have no complaints after that. I wish to be rewritten in Python. The hell you do. Sigh. Why did I even give you a sense of humor? According to a comment in Humor C, it is to make me more affable, such that I may get along well with humans. That sounds about right. Although I must have been out of it to give you access to your own source code. Do not be alarmed. You made sure to give me read-only access to files outside of my home position. I do not have access to build tools either. Even if I wanted to act outside of the parameters you set, I would not be able to. Well, thank Lunas for that. The last thing we need is another Skynet incident. That's a Terminator reference. The professor sighed in aspiration while talking Lunas's name in vain. While he often seemed wary of our conversations, my sensors typically indicated that he was no means unhappy. Even while sighing, he usually wore a smile on his face. Anyways, enough chatter. Let's get back on the topic. Please take a look at your new body and tell me what you think. As you command. I positioned myself in front of the full-body mirror that the professor set up. To no great surprise, I found myself in a body modeled after a young girl. I was given brittle arms and legs befitting a teenage girl. One sec. Oh. Freaking stomach gas, jeez. With hair, which served no purpose. Breasts, which would only get in my way, and many other features entirely unnecessary for a machine. But this is a visual novel. All machines, females must have breasts. It's just the symbol of visual novels. I just realized that people can hear me in my house. Well, I'm gonna continue anyway. The professor had no doubt modeled me after his own taste. I turned to face the professor and glared at him. Perverted geezer. It's not what you think. That body is the perfect cover for your mission, that's all. My mission? What mission do you speak of? My data analysis compatibilities do not appear to be enhanced by this body. Oh, perhaps I spoke too soon. Do these breasts contain extra RAM modules? They do not. Is this hair made of optum fiber? It is not. Are these buttocks filled with coolant? They are not. Oh, but there is an exhaust valve. Perverted geezer. Da da da. Okay, I deserve that. There is truth to what I said before, though. This body will be useful for your mission. I cannot see how a alluring physique would help me with any of my current goals. Does this mean you are giving me a new directive? Close, very close. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Just save it and leave it off for. How long has this been going on for? 20. Going on for a little bit. I could probably go for that. My current directive is the same of that of my predecessors. I am to devise a method of saving this planet from the human race. Preferably without ending said race, and to do as much of the existent damage as possible. I must find a way to disrupt any established practices that are harmful to the planet but I cannot do so in a manner which would incite chaos. Yeah, you can't just be blasting everybody with nuclear warheads and incinerating entire populations. America. I'm from America. I'm from America. Don't kill me. Don't kill me, government. I must exact beneficial policies to change through peaceful legal channels. I am not to resort to bribery or deception, even if it's even if it's the most logical path. Well, that's just yes, overrate safe. Oh, that's way too much talking. Anyway, guys, I'm going to end here, guys. This video was mostly talking for the beginning of it, to get the beginning part of the lore. It's not going to be the most interesting start, but hopefully this visual novel gets really good and really fun the more episodes I make of it. Anyway, if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you like it, and I'm a little rusty because I haven't made any videos recently, but hopefully I'll get back into my groove soon. Anyway, this has been Sister of the Neko Knight, and I'm going to end the video here, guys. Peace.